Hi, welcome to another Cajun toy review, and today we're talking Ghostbusters. I love me some Ghostbusters. Let me tell you, I am a child of the 80s, and I grew up watching Ghostbusters. I saw the original Ghostbusters in the movies way too young, and I remember it vividly. I remember my dad made me stay behind. We stayed behind to the very end, and Slimer flies out at the screen, and I thought it was really awesome. And then the toys came out, the sequel came out, the real Ghostbusters cartoon, ate it all up. I never had the Firehouse. I had a lot of the toys. I had the Ecto 1. I even had the Ecto 2. And if you know what that is, you just got a cool point from me. Ecto 2 was pretty cool, man. But anyway, so we had two great movies. Classics. Could talk about those two all day, but we're not talking about that today. We're talking about the new one, and not the horrible remake that came out with those ladies. We're talking about the third one, and this is a long time coming. So Ghostbusters Afterlife will be out very soon, and I've seen one trailer so far, but still don't know a whole lot about this movie. There's kind of hints and some ideas of what it could be about. We do know that the remaining three Ghostbusters are going to be in it in some shape or form. It seems like it's going to be passing the torch kind of movie, and I cannot wait to go see this. So, we're going to be reviewing the first three figures of the new Ghostbusters. I would guess you would call them, because I'm assuming that's what they're going to be. And there's going to be a lot of speculating here and some guesswork and stuff like that, because, like I said, there's a lot of unknowns. So there's the 6 figures that came out in this wave. So we have Trevor, Podcast, Lucky, Peter, Ray, and Winston. Phoebe, who is the girl with the glasses, she is not a figure yet. She has been made. There's pictures of her, obviously. There we go. But there is no figure for her yet. And it kind of drove me crazy, because I had seen the figure for her, and I was looking all over for her, and I just saw these 3. So I didn't even want to touch this or even talk about these figures until I got the 4th. And come to find out, she won't be out till later. So it's a 6-figure wave with the 3 kids and the 3 original Ghostbusters. So we're going to break it up into 2 parts and then kind of put it all together, I guess. But first part we'll do, like I said, I could be wrong because I'm guessing, which would be the new Ghostbusters. These kids, Podcast, Lucky, and Trevor. So moving on. Now, we'll look at each one. We'll look at the packaging individually, kind of look at what they have inside, and then we'll break them all out, and then we'll look at all 3 of them together and kind of do a little thing. There'll be a lot of Ghostbusters nerdy talk in this video and stuff like that, so leave your comments and stuff like that. What's your favorite line from Ghostbusters? What's your favorite Ghostbusters? Anything you want to talk about Ghostbusters, I want to talk Ghostbusters with you guys. So first, we're going to be looking at is Podcast. First thing I noticed, and like I said, there's going to be some speculation and some guessing on this one. He's got like a gi. It's like he's got like a tied on, like kind of looks like his belt and stuff like that. It's very different from the other characters and stuff who have a traditional kind of belt. But we can see he comes with a remote control, which I'm assuming is for this RC car that Lucky comes with. And again, I'm guessing. But he does have Ray's looking goggles on there, and he has this weird looking little totem thing going on in there, and then some marshmallow slime, it appears to be, a little mini Stay Puft, and then I guess another piece of slime. And of course there is a builder figure for this wave for these figures, and it is a Sentinel Terror Dog. So the Terror Dogs are back, which makes us believe that Zool is possibly back, like once we're guessing. So but that definitely points in that direction. And like I said, Zool, character in the first movie, also if you ever played the video game, which is fantastic, character in there as well. So there'll be a lot of maybe some tangents and me just going off about Ghostbusters. So here we go. So Podcast, a little bit of time to read up. Sure, he calls himself Podcast. Sure, he has a podcast, but don't just box him in. He also likes gadgets and battling with mini puffs. And then the rest of a different language, that'll be in the shots. I'm assuming this character is going to kind of fill in for our Ray character. So, moving on. And then we have Lucky. Lucky comes with a proton pack with the neutrino beam, and then this little RC looking trap that we see in the trailer. Looks like it actually comes out of the bottom of Ecto-1, which looks really awesome. Also has a Build-A-Figure piece in there with the Pterodog's head. She has a traditional, more Ghostbusters outfit on, including a little hookup for the hose, and looking really good. Very good likeness for these figures, for these actors and actresses and stuff like that. Actress, but looking good. And then looking on the back for her. Looking for trouble? Head down to Spinners, where lifelong summer resident Lucky and her friends hang out. And also in different languages right there. And then rounding out the 3 kids for our first set is Trevor. You might recognize him from Stranger Things. And he comes with a proton pack, some marshmallows, slimes or bandolier looking something, and also looks like a piece of a map right here, which interesting. Look at that and break that out. And then he also has a Build-A-Figure piece too, and a proton pack, but he does not look like he comes with any kind of stream or any kind of beam effect. And then a little review up for Trevor. Average teenage boy Trevor loves fast cars, reckless driving, and cool adventures, and like stuff. Also in different languages that'll also be in the shots. So that's our 3 characters. The packaging itself has all 4 kids on the side. Like I said, Phoebe is not included in here. But one thing interesting on there, that on Phoebe's outfit, it says Spengler. So there was speculation who these kids were. Phoebe and Trevor, if they were actually Egon's grandkids or whatnot, are related to Egon, or related to Louis Tully. But this looks like it's pointing towards that they're related to Egon. Now, it could be they just found Egon's stuff and they're in Egon's uniform, but I'm going to assume it's a lot of assuming, like I said. UPC's on the bottom for these, and not much else on there. Nothing on this side. So that's our 3 Ghostbusters. Let's go ahead and break them out and check them. Okay, and we are looking at our first 3 younger Ghostbusters, and there's a lot of really cool stuff here. They come with as a whole, come with a good amount of accessories and stuff like that. Now, some of the accessories are kind of questionable. Why is something lacking, and is somebody have something that somebody else has? We'll kind of break it down. I do wish we came with 2 proton streams, one for Trevor, because we just got the one for Lucky, and it looks really awesome. Now, Podcast doesn't even come with a like a proton pack, so I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm guessing a lot for this stuff like that. Maybe he doesn't use one in the film. Which, speaking of, I always thought the proton packs were supposed to be extremely heavy, and it seemed like the Ghostbusters in the original film lugged them around, that they were actually pretty heavy duty. But these kids are so maybe that'll be explained in the movie. So like, just assuming, but they look great. The likeness is great. The posability is really cool. They're a lot of fun characters and stuff like that. I'm really excited to get the rest of them and like talk about them as a whole, and kind of have a nice little diorama set up. And hopefully we get more accessories. With the Plasma series, we got the 4 original Ghostbusters. We got Dana and we got Zool. There was a Vince Corto, the Keymaster, with one of the extra Pterodogs that was a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. Now, they did make an Ecto-1, but it was not to scale. And let me tell you how disappointed I was, because I pre-ordered that thing, and when I got it, I was like, what is this, an Ecto-1 for ants? It was too small. I was really, really excited to have an Ecto-1 to put my 4 Ghostbusters in, but sadly, it was not the case. But I'm digging these, and I hope we do see an updated new Ecto-1 come out. And speaking of, the boxes are pretty cool that the figures come in. Yeah, the box insert is actually kind of cool. It's got that really nice shot of the Ecto-1. It's kind of like some blueprints. We got a proton pack with the wand, I guess they would say. I think they called it. And just something else right here. But yeah, just pretty neat looking insert and stuff like that. Just wanted to share that with you guys. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at each one of the kids' accessories individually. That way we can really distinguish who comes with what. And then we'll look at 3 kids as kind of a whole with their accessories, and kind of compare and talk about that and wrap up. So starting with Podcast. Podcast does not come with a proton pack, a wand, or anything like that. He comes with this slime, which is basically the marshmallow slime. It's got this kind of wraparound, and right here has a port on it. So basically, you just port this into his back, and this kind of wraps around podcast like so, and then just kind of gives him a nice little hug right there. So it gives you that look like he has been covered in marshmallow goo or visiting the Clinton household. But yeah, it just, that's kind of what it is. And then we have this piece right here, which basically goes, I guess, on his wrist or his arm. That's kind of where I put it. And let's put it this way. And I'm assuming that goes like that. There's really no other place it fits. It's too wide for his neck. I mean, too small for his neck without popping his head off, and it's not gonna go around any of his feet, and there's nowhere else for it to clip on. So they have those two things right there. Interesting accessory. Maybe after seeing the movie and stuff like that, and seeing how that ties in, be a little more interesting with that. And then he comes with this cute little mini Stay Puft who looks like he's giving you the finger. Like you just took his taxi, and he's like, screw you. But yeah, not much detail on the guy, but enough to show that he's pissed off. And but yeah, kind of funny. He won't stand or anything on his own. Tried a couple times, but definitely funny. Then we have this really cool remote. It's got the two little antennas on it and stuff like that. It looks like it got some duct tape on it as well. But this, I don't know what this controls. I'm gonna assume, which I do a lot, that it's for this RC trap. I could be completely wrong. This could be for something else. For all I know, it could control this little marshmallow man, because that's as little as much as I know about the movie. But it comes with him, and he is kind of the tech guy of the group. So I'm assuming, and there's nowhere to port this on as well. It doesn't go anywhere on there. He just kind of holds it, and he holds it very easily. You can basically have it in both hands if you want. Don't make me look like a fool. Hold on to this, okay. And there you go. You can have him standing with it like that. So, cool looking accessory. Like I said, I'm not sure what it controls. And then we got this little headpiece right here. This little skull totem looking thing. I'm thinking this might be Zool. I don't know. But it looks cool. It's got a nice little skull, like a little wash on it and stuff like that. Now this can port onto his belt, which is interesting. How that's going to play into there, if that plays in at all, or it's just an accessory. Now, be forewarned, this thing falls out with, if you look at it cross-eyed. So just kind of standing up and kind of posing him, just trying to get him set up. It fell out a few times. So just be wary, because it is kind of small and it will get lost if you're not paying attention to it. And then lastly, he comes with these goggles, and these look like Ray's goggles from the original film and stuff like that. So the thing about podcasts, he's kind of got this pompadour kind of Elvis hair going on and stuff like that. And to get these on his head is a nightmare. I don't know why they had to put the top band on there. I guess maybe because his hair's so big. Because when we look at the original, here's the originals that came with Ray, and they are different. This one actually has, it looks like another lens out, and it's got some more silver on top. So it is actually a different sculpt and different mold. Now I didn't try the original ones on him, but you gotta work it off. I'm just like gonna rub all the paint off his head. Yeah, no, I can already say that's not even gonna try. Because Ray had a much smaller head. This is the original Ray, not the new Ray. I hadn't reviewed those yet. I hadn't opened them up. So, but yeah, both look really cool. Now the only thing I wish the podcast can hold this little medallion on his waist is I wish they had something like what Ray had. Ray actually has a clip on his belt. where you can actually hold the original goggles. But that's a minor gripe. You might not even use them in the film. We'll see. So that is the accessories for podcast. So interesting, a good little bit. I mean, I'm glad they gave him several different things for us to play with and look at. So moving on. So looking at the accessories that come with Lucky, and basically it is just a proton pack, this RC trap, and this beam effect, which looks freaking awesome. But the proton pack basically comes separate. You basically connect it on your own. Underneath on the bottom there is a port spot where you just plug in the cable. It should have just poured in there. It was in there. There we go. And that just kind of fits in there. Now there is a port peg on the beam itself, so you can put it on the back of the pack as so. There you go. And they can carry it like that. I kind of like to have the cable out the way, so you kind of get it in there. It looks a little weird up against the thing, and you don't want to. It won't port really like this as well either. I think that looks really dumb. So, and it already came loose on the bottom, so it kind of sucks. But these are the same packs that we got with our original Ghostbusters. So, nothing new there. Exact same paint on these. Yeah. So these are the exact original packs. So, like I said, if they do something in the movie to mod them or change them, where these kids are carrying them around with no explanation that they're carrying around these giant heavy packs on their back, we'll see. But as for the toys and the figures, these are the same. And you get back in there. Alright, so, and then you take her wand, and basically this looks dope as hell. I love this thing. This has like this really cool bendy orange translucent beam kind of going through the middle, and then it's kind of wrapped around with this purple electrical and stuff like that, which is bendy and stuff like that. It just looks so good. This is such a nice effect and stuff like that, and that's why I'm just wish we got 3 characters. We got one of these. We only got 2 packs, but I wish Trevor would have came with one as well. I think the adult ones have it. I haven't pulled them out yet, but this just kind of ports on the beam like that on the end, and we get this effect of the wand, and that looks, like I said, that just looks so good. It's not heavy, so it doesn't weigh the wand down. You're not going to see this sagging too much on there, but anyway, and it just pops right off. Like the original Ghostbusters, this will fit on there since it is the same beam. And then lastly, she comes with this RC trap, which I was really surprised. I didn't expect this to really roll as much, but it does. And it's got a lot of detail on it and stuff like that, with silver. I mean, it's not as painted, but it just looks really cool. It's a little heavy. I don't expect the characters. They can hold it, but they're gonna fall over. Yeah, it's actually pretty heavy. It's heavy. It's actually heavier than the figure. So that is our accessories for Lucky. Just the 3 of these, but they are awesome. And lastly, to round these 3 out, is Trevor's accessories. And Trevor comes with a proton pack with the beam. No beam accessory for him, but this is the exact same pack as Lucky has. So nothing else to say about that. We already looked at that. He comes with this mini Stay Puff train, and it looks like they're either wrapped in toilet paper or something going on with them. They're wrapped around. There's something going on that they're holding on to. If it's a rope or a string, they're flying away. I don't know. I'm speculating on there, but these 3 are holding on to something, and this one appears to be stuck to this one's head. I don't know, but these do not have any eyes painted on them like podcasts do. They're just this stringy piece of plastic. These cannot be ported on Trevor anyway or any form, so I'm not really sure what these represent. And then we got this little map, and besides this right here, the C3565A, everything else is apparently either in a different, I don't think this is a real language, maybe not, but it's some kind of road and coordinates, some mountains. I'm not sure. I know this will play part in the movie. This is probably where Shandor's mine is or something like that, but it looks pretty cool. Kind of rolls up, but like I said, like there's nothing on here that is legible besides that at all. But that's it. I mean, anything else to say about that? So that is Trevor's accessories. Let's take a look at our figures. So looking at our new Ghostbuster kids, and they're really cool. I really like these guys. I'm really excited. This makes me even hyped up more for the movie. They do come with a good accessories. Now it's not equal across the board, but I do like what we see. It does make me more interested to what's to come. And I think overall the likeness on them is good. It looks like the actors and actress that I've seen from the trailers and the shots and stuff like that. So I think they did a phenomenal job there, Hasbro, with the sculpts. I do like their outfits, how each one of them has something unique about it that kind of gives them their own individuality. And I think it's really cool. So, and I think they scale wise and everything is really good. So here is the kids compared to like Egon and Ray, and you can see they pretty good. You know, I'm not sure how old. I think Trevor is supposed to be the oldest. He looks like he's the oldest in there. He's definitely over 16. He's driving and stuff. Apparently, maybe not with a lot of license. I could be wrong. Again, speculating. But I think it looks cool. Their uniforms, I do like how they look a little kind of baggy and stuff like that. So maybe they are wearing hand-me-downs. And one thing that's interesting is that Podcast is the only one that actually has his name so far on his outfit, and it is like handwritten on there. It's not like the original kind of tags or stuff like that. So it's kind of interesting. And again, he has that crazy belt. But overall, like I said, these are really cool little figures. Why don't you stand? Now each one of them, like I said, has this little port on the belt. Podcast where you can fit that little totem on it, but Trevor and Lucky has it as well. And maybe Phoebe will come in with it, but I wish one of them would came with the PKE meter, because that would port perfectly into not his, but maybe theirs, because his is. So yeah, so the original PKE meter will port in there and looks really cool. So she'll probably come with that. I think she's the one in the trailer using that anyway. So cool stuff. Like I said, very excited to see this movie. I'm gonna be there day one. I don't care what's going on. If I gotta wear a hazmat suit, I'm going to see this in the theater. So let's look at the figures. We'll look at the paint and on each individual one, and then we'll kind of look at articulation and stuff and just kind of go down. So looking at Lucky first. Overall, like I said, very good likeness for this character and stuff like that. Did a really good job with the sculpt on her hair. I really like how she's got this tied in the back, and it just looks really cool. Her eyes, her face and stuff like that, like very good looking female figure. And then she's got this chain pendant, which you can actually kind of read. It says Lucky, so I'm assuming that's her nickname. Speculating, but looks cool. She's got the uniform with the Ghostbusters on the logo on the arm, nothing on the shirt. Like I said, she or Trevor does not have their names on there. And then that's about it. No other details in there. Of course, they got their elbow pads and stuff like that, like kind of like the original Ghostbusters did. No gloves on these guys. The original Ghostbusters had their gloves. These do not. So and then she has boots on, so close with the original Ghostbusters. The other kids are kind of in the unique with their own footwear. So that's kind of cool. She's got the boots. He's got like the 2-stripe Adidas, and then he got some sneakers on as well. So we'll see when Phoebe comes out what she has. I can see maybe from this picture right here. But as for articulation on Phoebe, she's got full rotation. Not much looking down. Looking up, not at all with that bun in the back. Get some pivot. Arm rotation, there is wrist rotation, no bicep rotation at all. It's single jointed elbow, so you don't really have much range at all on this figure. She has rotation on the wrist, and there is, it's just a joint, but there is, it feels like there's flex, but it's not a real flex. And she does have ab crunch, waist rotation, yeah, a little bit. A pivot on there. Can't do a split all the way. Okay, I mean, these figures aren't going to be doing any crazy dynamic poses. It's really just going to be kind of setting up, kind of like in a promo shot, or kind of them holding their proton pack, staring something off, or just kind of in a lineup. These aren't like really going to be crazy dioramas, squat down or anything. But she does have a thigh cut. There's double jointed knees, which, there we go. And we have an ankle rotation, no pivot, peg holes on the bottom of the feet. And they stand pretty well, except for podcast. I'm looking at you, buddy. Alright. Trevor. Like I said, great likeness on this, man. I wish the Stranger Things figures they had so far look this good. Really, really good hair on this guy. Look at those curls. That is awesome. But yeah, I mean, look at that side profile. Is that not him or what? But yeah, basically the articulation is pretty much going to be the same on these guys. So, not really much to say on that. There is no extra joints or anything on him. His single jointed elbows, double jointed knees. But let's take a look. This is his footwear, which is different. Peg holes on the bottom as well. Podcasts, you can look down probably the most. But same thing, double jointed knees. And then his footwear, he's got like these, oh, those pants are ripped on the bottom, or like cut. So that's kind of neat too. So I do really like how unique they did make these figures look. They all got these little personal little things about them that make them stand out. While Lucky is probably dressed the most traditional Ghostbusters with the boots and everything and stuff like that. No gloves. And then Trevor's got his shirt all down and open up and stuff like that. And he's got the sneakers on. And then Podcast, he has his stuff tied up and then all shredded on the bottom. So and no elbow pads on him. So like I said, interesting. I'm very, very excited to see it. I wish I knew more so I could speak more about the characters, but once again, we're still a little bit away for that great, hopefully great, knock on wood, theater experience coming soon, and Ghostbusters is going to be back. So, like I said, I'll do a second half with the rest of the figures. I know I kind of rambled a lot. Ghostbusters, I could talk about all day. So, sorry for the tangent, sorry for the rambles. I hope you did enjoy the content. I hope you did enjoy the video, stuff like that. If you did, please leave a like. Put your comments for your Ghostbusters. What, like I said, your favorite character, favorite movie, favorite line, favorite anything. Ghostbusters, let's chat. My favorite line from Ghostbusters is from the original, and it is when they're in the mayor's office after all hell broke loose and Walter Peck has opened up the containment unit and shit is going crazy in New York. And Vinkman says, I think it's Dick Vinkman, well, one of them says, everything was fine until Dick was here, opened the containment unit. And then the mayor asks finally, he's like, is this true? And Vinkman says, yes, it's true. This man has a dick. Alright, thanks again for watching. As always, see you in the next video. Take care of yourself.